So it's your boy Ruben back, man, with another reaction, man. Today we got UKJ lyrics that really happened by my boy Hip Hop Daily. The good thing about this, have somebody talking. The bad thing is gonna be a long video, so it's gonna take a long time to do. When I have long videos, y'all don't know how long it takes me to get the video. It takes me so long.
Although fans in America,
yeah, at least I like when people talk instead of just like. Well, sometimes I like when it's just no talking, but most of the time I like when they talk and then it just make it like more entertaining.
UK, London's drill scene is just as wild as it is in places like Chicago and New
York. That means I don't gotta be
from stabbings,
doing the most.
Scam, to first-degree murder, anything goes in Great Britain. With the rise of drill, bragging about your crimes and dissing your ops in music is now just a part of the culture. Here's a look at some of the craziest drill lyrics that happen in real life. We left your young boy resting in piss. ACG, Young Diz and D-Sav, time will tell. Young Diz and D-Sav are two drill rappers from the Beckton neighborhood of East London. They are a part of a crew called The Six and a set called ACG, which stands for All Can Go. D-Sav and Young Diz are two of the most prominent rappers from The Six, and the crew is both feared and respected in Beckton. After this video was released, Diz was arrested for the kidnapping and torture of a 16-year-old op who finessed him and was sentenced to 6 years in prison. Check out our video on UK rappers and knife fights for more info on this case. ACG is known to beef with a rival crew called the 7th from the Forest Gate section of London.
Wait, hold up, bro.
The group was formerly known as the E7 Crips and has been one of the most active gangs in the city since the late 90s. In this bar, D-Sav is referencing to the murder of a 7th affiliate named Corey Jr. Davis, or CJ, who was killed back in 2017. CJ was only 17 at the time, and the killing was seen as one of the most brutal moves that occurred in the ongoing war between the two rival sets. CJ was affiliated with the 7th gang, but an investigation into the murder revealed that he had been
turn the fan on, bro.
member.
I hope it's not too loud, bro. My bad. And if y'all see my bed or some shit, I don't care, man. I just woke up.
In the ongoing war between the two rival sets, CJ was affiliated with the 7th gang.
I had to, but it's too hot in here. I'm gonna move the mic over.
As a violent gang member, when in fact he was far from a hardcore killer. His murder has been covered by many British media outlets, and the investigation showed that he tried to escape the lifestyle before he was killed and didn't receive the support he needed. Before getting sucked into the gang culture, CJ was a talented dancer and a good student who received above average grades in school. But he had pretty severe ADHD and was kicked out of regular school for disruptive behavior. He was transferred to a different school for kids with behavioral problems, which was where he got introduced to the 7th gang. Gangs like the 7th and 6th are known for recruiting young kids to help them sell drugs. They would buy the kids food and clothes and then gradually force them to commit crimes. For 2 years before he was murdered, CJ tried to escape the lifestyle that he had got caught up in. He reported the gang's intimidation tactics to social workers at his school and told police that he was scared for his life. But they all saw him as an offender, not a victim, because of his associations. On September 4th, 2017, CJ and a group of other guys were walking outside of a playground in Newham when a silver Range Rover pulled up and started letting off shots. A 17-year-old was shot in the leg, and CJ was hit in the head. He was brought to the hospital and put on life support, but later died from his injuries. Video surveillance footage caught the Range Rover fleeing the scene, but CJ's killers were never arrested. It wasn't clear if CJ was the intended target or the shooters just saw the group and started letting off shots. It doesn't seem like anyone would have beef with him specifically, given that he was so young and not really about that life to begin with. What's more likely is that his association made him a target and he just happened to be in the wrong place at the wrong time. It wasn't initially clear who killed CJ, but it was eventually attributed to the turf warfare between the 6th
Imagine a nigga like this chasing you,
Not long after, Young Diz and other rappers from ACG started taking credit for the killing. Before Time Will Tell was released, Diz was featured on another track called Smoky Things, where he disses CJ's mom saying, "Mom kept shedding tears, tell her I don't give a f that her son ain't here.
I remember this.
Ever since her son got dropped, the whole block ain't done shit. And I was laughing after I saw a pic of the mom just buried her kid."
That shit was,
so
that
basically,
shit kinda fucked up.
Diz is claiming credit for the hit, saying that it was just revenge after the 7th killed 2 of their members. After CJ was killed, the gang didn't do anything to retaliate, which proved that ACG is the dominant crew in the area. CJ's mother was obviously pretty angry about this song and went to the police to have it removed from YouTube. Even if CJ was an op, there's no need to drag a grieving mother into the beef, especially when her son was so young. However, this didn't stop the 6th from continuing to diss CJ, and Time Will Tell was released the following year. Not too long after, Diz was taken down for creating other young gang members and torturing one of the kids who refused to cooperate. The war between the 6th and the 7th gangs still rages to this day, and no one was ever arrested for CJ's murder. Hopefully, Diz's arrest gave his mother some closure, even though he may not have been the one who actually let off the shots. But if you thought that was wild, this next rapper mocked an op for not being able to sip lean after being shot in the kidney. Here's
But I feel like that shit too loud, bro. I ain't trying to move.
Don't dance.
It's
TPL.
like the chord, you can't
Molly
push it back too
lean,
much farther.
Your mate can't sip no lean. No, he can't. He got bun on his Sweet 16. That I'm beefing Mesquines. One kidney.
What?
The Turnpike Lane Gang, also known as Touch Paper Lane, Take People's Lives, or just TPL for short, is a drill group and gang from the Turnpike Lane area of Haringey in North London. The group is divided into two sets, the 8th side, which are made up of mostly Somali immigrants, and the 15th/22nd side, which are a mixture of immigrants from Albania, Turkey, and Colombia. Jojo, Omiz, and TD are 3 notable members of TPL and have been representing the gang on the drill scene for the past few years. TPL is known to beef with another gang called OFB, or the Original Farm Boys, who are based in Broadwater Farm, a public housing estate in Tottenham, North London.
Bro, if y'all made it this far, bro, do UK got the real American accent, or do we got the accent? Like, do we have... See, I thought we were talking normal, but I had seen the comments... Oh, shit. Oh, I'm looking up here. Oh, I'm not gonna look at the mic, but I had seen the comments of a video. It was like, when are the Americans gonna realize that they're the ones with the accent? So I was like, bro, what? I thought we was talking normal, and y'all just had the accent. So I don't know. Somebody tell me, bro.
JoJo is referencing another artist named OFB Desi, who was shot in the kidney back in 2015. Desi is a rapper from the OFB camp, known for tracks like Bust It and Drip No Drown. In 2015, a TPL
I ain't gonna lie, I'm finna
member
move
named
again,
Yolo shot Desi in the back, which resulted in him losing the
loud.
kidney. At some point, OFB was making fun of TPL because they couldn't drink lean. Some of the TPL gang are from Somalia and practice Islam, which means they can't take drugs or drink alcohol. On this track, JoJo is pointing out the irony of the OFB crew dissing them for not drinking lean, when Desi can't sip lean either because of his kidney problem.
Damn.
The shooting also took place on Desi's 16th birthday, which is where the Sweet 16 reference comes in. Billy's Don't Dance was the first drill track that TPL dropped, and the group managed to gain a following in music just off of dissing the OFB camp. OFB is more established on a musical level, with major artists like Heady One and RV repping the crew, but they're pretty evenly matched on the street and have been at war for several years. OFB Desi made a full recovery, although he now only has one kidney. The shooting happened over 5 years ago. That hasn't stopped TPL from referencing the incident several times in the past year, as they've gained some traction in the music industry. Hopefully, they can turn their music into a legal career and leave the street life behind. But the constant dissing of ops like Desi in their songs may make it hard for them to survive in the industry without facing a few problems. If you thought that was wild,
you swear you gotta keep saying if you thought that was wild,
ops and only let him get away because he tripped. He goes on to explain the entire beef between their two crews and even disses a fallen member who has been dead for over a decade.
Yeah.
If I didn't trip, Marsh would have been Ghost. Box 12, play for the foes. Box 12 is a drill rapper associated with the 12 Anti-gang based in the Shepherd's Bush area of London. 12 Anti are a splinter gang of another group called 916, which was a large crew of rappers and gang members who lived in the W10, W11, and W12 postcode zones of London. Tensions and jealousy within the crew led 916 to eventually break apart and split into 3 different gangs.
Damn.
The dudes in the W12 postcode split up into the 12 World and 12 Anti-gangs, and the guys from W10 and W11 became Group 1011. Ever since then, the 3 groups have been at constant war with one another.
Oh, how you gonna go from being friends to foes?
They have been dissing each other in tracks since the drill movement first popped off in songs that usually reference real-life violence. In this track, Box 12 lays out several of the major attacks that have gone down over the past few years. The song is a response to the diss track Play for the Pagans by 1011 members Digga D, Sabo, and Horde 1, which came out in September 2017. Box 12 starts out the verse by saying, "Play this one for the foes. I swear the man there's talking lows," meaning that his ops aren't really as hard as they claim to be. He then goes on to this.
No, you're not slick. You on me? I'm not tripping. He started to rap it at first, then he slipped up, and then he started talking. Why?
Saying, "Play this one for the foes. I swear the man there's talking lows," meaning that his ops aren't really as hard as they claim to be.
Then you started.
He then goes on to diss members of 1011.
Oh, never mind. It's because this part, the meaning that his op, that was something he added. I was like, it's not like he was rapping at first.
Meaning that his ops aren't really as hard as they claim to be. He then goes on to diss members of 1011.
I was like, he was rapping, then he started talking.
If I didn't trip, Marsh would have been Ghost. Marsh/Miss Scum is a 1011 member who got caught lacking by Box 12. According to Box 12, he almost ended Marsh's life, but tripped. It was later revealed that Marsh was wearing a vest the whole time and pretended to play dead so that his attacker would leave him alone. Even though his ops would probably use that to discredit him, it was a pretty smart move because Box 12 lets it be known on this track that if he had it his way, Marsh would be dead. Box 12 continues, rapping, "I'm on it and the pagans know. Splash TY and everyone froze."
See, I don't see. Is that smart to play dead, bro? Because what if they just get to stabbing you on the ground, though? Man, how would you know what to do, bro?
That's another member of 1011 who Box says he splashed, which is a UK drill term for stabbing someone.
Yep.
He claims in this bar that he sliced up TY pretty badly, and everyone just panicked instead of reacting. He keeps name dropping his ops, saying, "Say So got chinged like ages ago." Sini Say So is another member of 1011. Say So has been absent from the UK drill scene for the past few years. Rumors circulated that he left the streets behind and went to college, while others say that he just got tired of where the drill scene was heading. In this bar, Box 12 is suggesting that Say So got touched by ops and left the scene alone out of fear. But he doesn't stop there. He continues to diss his rivals by saying, "BAR12 just chinging, like this one here's gotta go, like I'm really trying to turn man Vagues." Vagues was a dude from the Ladbroke Grove area where 1011 is based. He was killed a decade before the war between 1011 and 12 World, also known as 12 Anti, split by some people from Church Road, not Shepherd's Bush. However, he's one of the OGs of the Ladbroke Grove gang, which is another name for 1011, and ops like Box 12 will often disrespect Vagues, even if they weren't involved in that particular beat. He continues on in the diss saying, "And bro crash corn at ZK, like this one's gotta get pain. And if I knew where Vagues was lying, I'll back my dick on the
that was him that said that. That was him that said this. Dude. But I've heard that part of the song so much, bro.
Which is another name for 1011, and ops like Box 12 will often disrespect Vagues, even if they weren't involved in that particular beat. He continues on in the diss saying, "And bro crash corn at ZK, like this one's gotta get pain. And if I knew where Vagues was lying, I'll back my dick on his grave." Crashing corn is a UK drill slang term for shooting your gun. In this bar, he's saying that someone from 12 Anti shot at ZK, another member of 1011, and tried to take his life. He follows it up by dissing Vagues once again, saying that if he knew where he was buried, he'd piss on his grave. This is about as disrespectful as it gets,
he looked tall as
especially because Vagues was killed before he even had a chance to beef with the 12 Anti.
This nigga's big as hell.
But in the world of drill, all
bets
are
off. Be a wrestler or something.
The Chicago drill scene popularized the practice of telling enemies that you're gonna smoke their dead homies in the blunt. The UK drill scene is taking it a step further and will threaten to disrespect a dead op's grave years after they've been killed.
That shit not cool though, bro. Like, Chicago got everybody saying that shit now, bro. That shit lame. You got, I don't think I think of right now is Florida and them, like how Fulio be, and even how, yeah, obviously Ace and them we was like, who I smoke, like that shit lame though. Like, you should, I don't like how they be, like them real people, bro. Them are real people, bro. Like, imagine niggas saying they smoking your mama or some shit, or your brother. That shit lame, bro.
And will threaten to disrespect the dead op's grave years after they've been killed. Box 12 keeps coming with the insults, rapping, "And we West Side Chingers, but in the South where AP got shaved, and don't serve Huncho's Nan rocks, cause she ain't got the right change." AP is another member of 1011 who Box 12 claims they shaved, which means he got stabbed.
Why is it so much? I guess y'all thing is, similar to us, how we, for getting shot, you can say he got popped, he got dropped, fucking. I honestly cannot think of shit. It's a lot of shit for saying you got shot. And it's a lot of ways to say it. So yeah, I guess that's what it is for y'all. Y'all got a lot of ways to say you got stabbed, which makes sense.
12 claims they shaved, which means he got stabbed. He then takes the disrespect to a new level and disses 1011 member Huncho's grandmother. He not only claims that she's a crackhead who does shady business, which is a pretty low blow even for the drill scene. This bar is
hey, by the way, if you still can't hear the thing and it's loud, my bad, bro. It's hot as hell.
Arrested, including Digga D.
I ain't got a haircut. That's why I wear the beanie, bro.
Planning to run up on 12 World or disrespect. Hold on. Bar is significant because not long before this track was dropped, 5 members of 1011 were arrested.
Oh, I seen this.
Digga D, Savo, and Muscum were planning to run up on 12 World for disrespecting Huncho's grandmother on social media. They were all sentenced to a year in jail and issued a criminal behavior order that prohibited them from making music referencing their ops. So it was a pretty low blow for Box 12 to diss Huncho's grandmother, knowing there isn't that much 1011 can do about it on the street or in the music, with the cops watching their every move. Check out our video on rappers arrested for making music for more info on this case. The war between 12 World and 1011 rages on to this day. The issuing of criminal behavior orders and a general crackdown on drill music in the UK has prevented certain rappers from directly dissing each other, so the musical output of the groups has slowed down, but that hasn't stopped the violence. Hopefully, both...
Alright, man, that's the end of that video, man. Tell me what y'all think about in the comments, man. Hit the like button, hit the sub button, man. I'm out, man, okay?